Students who are going to write UPSC Mains must keep these 5 points in their mind to score high marks in the essay writing. Whenever I take essay writing classes, I tell a lot of points. However, in today's video, I want to highlight 5 very important points which you have to follow in essay writing so that you can score very high marks. Firstly, write your interpretation of the essay. For example, let us say an essay which I remember is "Not all who wanders are lost." An essay. This statement is given by some famous writer in certain context. You may not know what is the context in which the actual author mentioned the line. You need to know also. And many candidates who write UPSC Mains are from rural areas. They might not have read a lot of books. They may not have all that knowledge. Even then, when they attempt the essay, they can write their own interpretation of the essay topic. Never be afraid. Don't think that you should know the exact meaning of the sentence. That's not required, because UPSC evaluators know that most of students are not so bright. Most students are not so well read. So what they see is, are you writing your interpretation very clearly, and are you able to substantiate it? Substantiate means what an opinion you are telling, what interpretation you are making out of the essay topic, you should be able to prove it, give evidence for it, give examples for it. That kind of clarity is what it requires. So point number 1, write your own interpretation of the essay topic and give evidence for it. I call it as evidence-based approach. Number 2, friends, no need to support the essay statement throughout the essay. For example, 80% of the essay support the statement given. 20% of the essay criticize, because you should know both sides of the coin. You have to show to the evaluator that you are a critical thinker. For example, if you take any question, for example, muddy water, it's 225, last year's essay question. Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. That means sometimes, some situations, you should not interfere. If you leave it alone, the problem will be solved by itself. That is the meaning. You should tell that in some cases you have to interfere. You should give examples in which kind of case you have to interfere, and also which kind of case you should not interfere. So you should explain both sides. This is number 2. Number 3, dimensions. This one definitely most of you know, that to get high scores, you should write several dimensions of the topic. But the point is, friends, don't write more than 6 to 7 dimensions. For example, some students write environmental examples, political, economic, historical, cultural, societal, international, many examples. But the point is, stick to 5 or 6 dimensions, explain them clearly with examples, current affairs and theory. Rather than writing 15 dimensions, each dimension of just one paragraph, it is better to write 5-6 dimensions, each of 1 page. Third thing, very important, you should remember. Then the fourth one is balancing the examples with theory. For example, some students write only examples. For example, again, come back to the same essay. For example, not all who wanders are lost, or not all the wanderers are lost. So here the point is, some students all write about, they take example of Gautam Buddha. They write Gautam Buddha is a wanderer, but he is not lost. Then they'll take example of the Portuguese sailors who actually sailed across the world, navigators. Some of them might have lost, but some of them found new continents, new lands, new countries. So the entire essay will be filled with examples. That's what I observed. When I evaluate the papers, I observed that some student writes only examples, whereas some students write only theory. They say who is a wanderer, how he can be lost, what he should do not to be lost. So theory. My point is, you have to balance them. 50% of an essay should be theory, 50% examples. When you balance, you get very high scores. The fifth point is, try to define what is there in the essay. For example, the keywords of the essay. Try to explain it, define it, so that the evaluator understands that you understood the meaning of the essay completely. That's also very important. 6-point is, friends, current relevance. You are going to write UPSC exam, going to become an IAS, IPS, IRS officer. Anything that you learn, you should be able to apply it. So the application part is important. So you should be able to write the current relevance. Any topic given in the essay, write the current relevance. How you can use it for the current youth, society, government. What can we learn from it? Also, from that statement, you give suggestions. The futuristic vision, how this statement can be used by the government of India or international bodies or families or people in future, how it helps us. This forms a very important part of essay. If you don't write current relevance, I don't think you can get very good scores. This is very important. Finally, friends, write at least 10 to 15 essays in next 1 month. Also, brainstorm 10 to 15 essays. Write 10 essays. Remaining essays, brainstorm them. Just take the question. PYQ zone. Take the question. Sit with the friends. Brainstorm. Discuss ideas with them. Try to know their ideas so that you can learn more number of points. So that when you go to the actual UPSC examination, sit in the exam hall, you can brainstorm, develop more number of points, think more number of points. So do this. At Sarat Chandra IAS Academy also, we are having exclusive essay writing test series. We have exclusive mentors available for essay writing. You can make use of us also. Do well, all the best.